Hi everyone, I'm really happy to see you all here. Welcome to our fireside chat today. So we're going to talk about data-driven beauty and why brands can't afford to ignore virtual try-on and its analytics. So my name is Ella, and for this fireside chat, I will be speaking with Ante.
Thanks, Ella, and hi to everybody. My name is Ante. I'm the senior sales manager here at Arbel. I lead global sales, and over the past years, I've worked with beauty brands across Europe, the United States, MENA region, and we were helping them integrate AI into their digital journeys and drive real commercial results. One of the brands we work closely with is Cosnova. You may have heard of them. They are the second largest cosmetic company globally by unit sales. And they also integrated virtual try-on and foundation shade finder with us a few years ago. And their journey really shows what's possible when this technology is done right. So you probably heard about their brands, Catrice and Essence. They are available in more than 80 countries and also in retail chains like Drogerie Mart and Müller.
Okay, so we're here to talk to you about something that's changing the beauty industry today. And that's, as we mentioned already, virtual try-on, and why it's not just about looking good online, but it's also about making smarter, faster, and more inclusive decisions in your business. So me and Ante will walk you through how VTO works, what data brands are missing out, how it can be used to reduce returns, and also increase sales. So the habits of makeup consumers are changing rapidly, if I may say. So today shoppers are not just mindlessly scrolling on their phones. Instead, they're researching, they are comparing, and they're expecting digital tools to guide their purchase. So Ante, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure, Ella. So I think the shift is very clear here. So around 57% of beauty consumers research online before buying, and about 83% do more than half of their beauty shopping digitally. Ella, can I just ask you to switch the slide?
Sorry.
So as I was saying, around 57 of beauty consumers research online before buying, and as you can see, about 83% do more than half of their beauty shopping digitally. But access alone isn't enough anymore. So I think personalization is what really makes the difference. 77% of shoppers say they are more likely to buy when the experience feels tailored to them. And that includes seeing how a product looks on their face, not on some generic model or influencer. Even though the industry has gone digital, many journeys are still very generic, like static photos, default shades, or one-size-fits-all experiences. So I really think that we can do a lot better than that.
Okay, but here's the thing. Only 15% of online retailers are using our AR, and that gap, that's a lost opportunity. So what's the actual cost of getting wrong products while shopping for makeup online?
So the bottom line is that returns are expensive, and the cost, of course, varies by market, logistics, and warehousing. But in beauty, it's even tougher. Products like foundation and concealer often cannot be restocked because of strict hygiene regulations. So when they are returned, the loss is total. At the same time, shoppers are overwhelmed by abundance of choice. So what they really want isn't more options; it's someone or something to help choosing the right one. The quality of virtual try-on varies, of course, but when you choose the right provider, the experience can feel very close to looking into a real mirror.
Okay, so VTO is good for the brands, but also great for customers, right? So forget the tech for now, forget the analytics, and let's talk about the shopper, the end user of this software. So consumers want to see how a lipstick, foundation, or even blush looks on their own skin before they click add to cart, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I sometimes joke that mirror on the wall saying has turned into filter on my phone. So when people hear virtual try-on, they often think of playful filters or augmented reality gimmicks. But in 2026, the reality is very different. Modern virtual try-on tools are very precise and they're fully customizable for brands. And they're built not just for engagement, but for real user experience and real business insights. For instance, Statista predicts that global beauty tech market will reach nearly $9 billion in 2026. That tells us that these shifts aren't temporary; they're here to stay. So consumers today, as I mentioned, expect personalization, convenience, and a seamless digital journey. They're more informed, much more selective than before, and more loyal to brands that actually meet those expectations.
Okay. Customers are already clicking. They are already using VTO, right? So the real question is, how can brand actually use this data? So the good news is you don't need a full data team to figure it out. We at Arbel have a dashboard that's visual, that's intuitive, and that's designed for both marketers and merchandisers. So Ante, let's talk about what brands can actually learn from VTO and its analytics.
Virtual try-on, or VTO for short, really starts to shine here. You're not just collecting some abstract data, you're seeing real user intent here. So you see which shades people try, which ones are discarded, which ones they test and actually buy in the end. And you can also check how preferences differ between regions, for instance, Brazil and Germany, or between summer and winter seasons. You can follow the entire journey. So how long people stay in trial, which devices they use, which products they skip, and where they drop off. So for brands, this means you can push best performing SKUs instead of guessing. You can spot gaps in your shade range before customers complain, and actually localize campaigns by region, season, or channel. So it's basically your customers telling you in real time what works, what doesn't, and what you should fix.
So if you're not tapping into this data, you're basically ignoring what customers are already saying to you. So let's look on this slide. What happens when brands do listen? First of all, less returns. According to some statistics that we have from NetGuru, brands that are using VTO see up to 64% drop in returns, especially in shade-sensitive categories like foundations. What else, Ante?
I believe conversion is the next big one. So we're seeing up to around 90% higher conversion rates in selected categories, with shoppers being about twice as likely to buy after using virtual trial. Then there's also product development. If a shade gets a lot of try-ons but no purchases, this clearly means that something's very off, like maybe textures, pricing, or positioning. And you see that immediately. That's a good thing, not months later. So also marketing becomes much sharper here too. So why should you spread your budget across 40 SKUs when data shows that 6 are driving most of the engagement? There's also sustainability sustainability, like smarter production, fewer discounts, less waste, and in the end, fewer products end up in landfills.
Mhm. So the bottom line, VTO is a direct line to customer truth, and if you use it right, you'll move faster. You'll have less waste, and you'll create better beauty experience across the board. Which means that we can't talk about beauty innovation without actually talking about inclusivity, but inclusivity not as a trend or a buzzword, but as a growth strategy. So what do you think about that?
Exactly, you're completely right. So half of beauty shoppers actively look for brands that represent them, and about a third will walk away if they don't. So inclusive brands grew almost twice as fast in 2024, for example. So this isn't just about values and doing the right thing. It's also about sound business decisions. That's why our Bell's Foundation Shade Finder is built on the so-called Monk Skin tone scale, which was developed at Harvard. Unlike older systems like Fitzgerald scale, it's designed to really reflect real diverse populations.
Mhm. That sounds great. So let's make this realistic with a real customer story. So one brand that already understood what we are talking about here is Cosnova. We mentioned them at the beginning of our fireside chat. So they rebuilt the whole system with inclusivity at its core, right, Ante?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So Cosnova has been on the market for over 20 years and is among the top 6 decorative cosmetic players in the world, with brands like Catrice and Essence. They're headquartered in Germany with offices in the United States and Brazil. So when they explored the VTO, they realized many existing tools were trained on outdated, biased datasets, sometimes based on a single model from the 1970s. So together, we rebuilt their try-on engine from the ground up. We trained on real people, real skin tones across a truly diverse spectrum. The end result is over 427 distinct skin tones mapped, creating one of the most inclusive and accurate shade matching engines on the market right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so everything that we are explaining right now, we can actually see in a video to make it more close to you guys. So let's take a look together at the most inclusive foundation shade finder demo. Sorry, there it goes. Okay, and so everything that we've showed you today is what's already here, but what's coming next is even more exciting, and that is it's being built on the data that VTO provides. So Ante, tell us a bit more about that, please.
Yeah, sure. So imagine uploading a selfie and instantly getting personalized recommendations. Then chatting with an AI beauty assistant that understands your skin tone and past behavior. That's not science fiction. We are already testing this with our clients. And beyond personalization, it's also about prediction. Knowing which shades to launch, which regions to prioritize, and what inventory to prepare, especially before demand peaks.
Mm-hmm. So if there's one thing we want to take away from today, what would that be? One thing that you want everyone to remember?
Yeah, the one thing that I'd like everybody to take away from this webinar is that virtual try-on isn't just a feature anymore, it's a strategy. So every try-on and every click tells you exactly what your customers want. The results speak for themselves. As you can see here, up to 90% higher conversion, shoppers twice as likely to buy, and the returns drop down by up to 64%.
That sounds great. I see some questions here in the chat. So meanwhile, when I'll read some questions for Ante, I think we have time for 2 questions. And while we answer those, please, guys, take your phones out, scan the code that you see on the slide, and try our live demo immediately. So Ante, let's go to questions. So the question number 1 that I have is, how do you charge for your software?
So yeah, depending on your needs, we have different packages. So I would first like to say that our pricing is not based on the number of SKUs. So basically, you can have unlimited number of SKUs, whether you're a company with 50 SKUs or 500 SKUs. It doesn't affect your price. So we have an annual fee that is based on the number of users. So actual people that log onto your website and they use our virtual trial shade finder on your website. So the good thing is that each time the user comes on the website, if, for instance, in 1 month the user comes 5 times on the website, they will still be counted as only one user. So that's the good thing. So you can maybe take a package of 10,000 users or 100,000 users or unlimited package, and the prices will, of course, differ. But the bottom line is you can have unlimited number of SKUs and a certain number of users. And of course, our team will help you with the integration and any questions that you might have.
That sounds fair. And the second question that I chose from the list is, can you integrate with e-commerce platforms such as Shopify or Magento?
Yeah, of course. You can integrate with any of these e-commerce platforms or your websites. So the integration is really easy and shouldn't be any problems. It's HTML5 snippet that can be integrated, like basically a few lines of code. And of course, our team is there. To help you with any questions or integration that you might have.
Sounds great. Okay, I want to thank everyone for being here with us today. I hope this was useful for you. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You have the email here on the slide. It's hello@arbel.ai. Also, all other questions that we didn't have a time to answer right now will be answered in a follow-up email. So don't you worry about that. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.